What's up guys, Jameson Rubiksguy here. This is my second attempt making this video because the first time I got in my head too much. Let me focus. So I'm just going to talk to you guys candidly. Armored Mewtwo is coming to Pokemon Go. If you didn't have a chance to get Mewtwo beforehand, now's your time to stock up. It comes out on July 10th and it leaves July 31st. So we've got 3 weeks to catch as many Armored Mewtwo as you can. Pokemon Go tweeted recently, so if you're not following them on Twitter, I would definitely recommend that. That's how I found out about it. I was eating lunch with Billy the Trainer Club and a few friends from Bend. As soon as the announcement dropped, he's like, I gotta go home and make a video. So that inspired me to make this one too. His is already out, so if you want to take a look at the Trainer Club on YouTube, he's growing massively. He's at like 35,000 subscribers right now, so he's been a big motivation to me in person. I took some notes and I really want to help you guys maximize on this event. We're not sure exactly what's going to happen with Armored Mewtwo. Right now, we only have an announcement that it's coming. If you remember the Pokemon TV series and the Pokemon first movie, Giovanni made the armor for Mewtwo in order to contain his power and restrain him so he doesn't fight back against his captors. So there's a chance that this armor is purely cosmetic, it just looks cool. It could boost his stats or diminish them, we really don't know. But what we do know for sure is that Mewtwo is always on the top of the charts for the Psychic attacker. It's really strong for Ice, and it's really strong for a Ghost attacker if you have a Mewtwo with Shadow Ball. So here's some of my tips. We've got 6 days left. It's July 4th right now, 4th of July. Happy holidays, guys. So there's not much time left to prepare. Try to find a local Discord group or a Facebook group or however you communicate with your local raiders and coordinate for raids. Mewtwo is something you do not want to miss out on. This is our 3rd chance to catch it. It started in EX raids, and then they released it in Tier 5 raids and took out Shadow Ball. And for a little bit, there was a 15-minute period where you could TM Shadow Ball, like right when they switched back the event and took out Mewtwo. So I managed to get Shadow Ball on my 96%. I wish I had more charged TMs because they would have all been Shadow Ball. I also traded for this double move for my lucky friend Howard, so that was really cool. But Mewtwo, even if it doesn't get Shadow Ball, is still going to be a beast, and you want to stock up on it. We had 5 candies per catch when Mewtwo came to 5-star raids, so there's a chance that it's going to stay at that. We're not sure yet. We just have the announcement video, like I mentioned. Your best bet against Mewtwo is going to be Giratina Origin Form. Origin Form is the best Ghost-type attacker in the game in terms of total damage output, I believe. Gengar with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball, or Lick and Shadow Ball, does more damage than Giratina Origin Form, but it also dies much quicker. Try to stock up on those too. Another good counter is Bite Crunch Tyranitar. If you have a bunch of Larvitars saved up, you can evolve some good IVs. One of my top tips here, sound like the Trainer Club. Trade your friends as much as you can for these counters. If you have a high-level friend, like an Ultra or Best Friend, it doesn't cost that much to trade legendary Pokemon, assuming that you both have them in the decks. So I'd recommend trading Giratina Origin Forms, even though you're not guaranteed Luckies, just to try to get good counters to battle Mewtwo with. And Giratina Origin Form will be useful against all Psychic-type raid bosses, and a few other types as well, so it's definitely a good Pokemon to have anyway. A quick side note here is that we're not sure that much about Armored Mewtwo, including its moveset. So there's a chance they could bring back Shadow Ball. A lot of people miss that. They might introduce new moves, or it could just have the same like Psychic and Ice-type moves that it normally has. So to end the video, I'm just going to go down a list of the tips that I have that probably I was straining my brain thinking like, how can people maximize on this event? How can they be the very best like no one ever was? And the thought that came to mind is you can store up your Lucky Friends. So if you have any Lucky Friends set right now, maybe you want to trade something that you've been saving for a while, but Mewtwo will always be meta relevant. And assuming that they don't totally nerf its power with the armor, it's probably going to be good to have. So try to hit Lucky Friends with as many friends as you can and just store them. If you have Silver Pineapple Berries, I would recommend saving them. Right now we have Groudon as our raid boss. This is like the 5th time Groudon's been out. It's probably only like 3 or 4, but I'm exaggerating. I love Groudon, and I was Silver Pineappling it recently, but I would highly recommend trying to find those quests in your town that give Silver Pineapple Berries. Usually it's something simple like spin 10 Pokestops or gyms. We recently had a refresh of the quests, so I don't know what they are right now. But your local Discord might be able to help you and point you in the direction of which quests those are for that day and where they're located. I've got 6 Silver Pineapple Berries right now. I'm just going to save them up until Armored Mewtwo comes out. In the past, Mewtwo gave 5 candy per capture when it came out as a level 5 raid boss after the EX raids. So I don't know if it's going to be 3 candy or 5 right now, but that'd be an amazing 6 candy or 10 if you Pineapple it. And if Armored Mewtwo ends up having different stats, in the sense that normal Mewtwo, the unarmored version, is actually better, again, we don't know this yet, it should still just be Mewtwo candy. So you can do lots of raids for the Armored Mewtwo, and at the very least, you can just use that candy onto existing Mewtwo's if you need to. but I think Armored Mewtwo will be just fine. There's 2 more tips. I recently, if you watched the Raikou Raid Day video, I went to Vancouver, Washington, which is like 3 hours away from Bend, and I did a raid day with Billy and some local friends that we had met. So now every Raikou that I have in my inventory has a Vancouver, Washington tag. So if I trade it to a friend in Bend, I now have a way to get 3 Raikou candy for every trade I make, as long as they're trading me a Bend Pokemon. So I'd recommend, if you really want to maximize on how much Mewtwo candy you get, try to set up a road trip day, where you take a group of friends, you start out early in the morning. I think raids start at like 6:30 or 7:30 a.m. When Mewtwo comes out, I know I'm going to be traveling with my friends to catch a whole bunch of these distance geotagged Mewtwo. So then when I come back to Bend, and you can do the same for your local area, do your special trade every day, even if it's just the 5% chance at a lucky. I know we're going to be trading Armored Mewtwo's a lot. And you can alternate the distance on them. So if you caught one over 100 kilometers away and you trade for one local, you'll get 3 candy. Both of you will. And my final tip is Pokmon Coins. This is entirely up to you based upon how much money you want to spend on the game. Costco generally has $100 gift cards for $85, at least for Apple iTunes. So you can save some money that way. The higher coin packages you buy, the more you save. I think if you buy the $100 package, you get like $20 free of coins. So what you can do is buy the Ultra Box if you want raid passes right now. It's not the best deal we've had for raid passes, but you get some extra goodies as well, like incubators and incense. 1480 coins buys you 15 raid passes. And if you need incubators, you can get the Adventure Box, which has 17 incubators, 2 normals and 15 supers, for the same price, but you don't get any raid passes that way. You're going to want as many raid passes as you can if you're a hardcore raider for Mewtwo. I know I'm going to maximize. I wouldn't be opposed to doing 100 Mewtwo raids because it's the best psychic type attacker in the game. I'm back for one more thing. I wanted to run down the list of tips again in a concentrated format so you can screenshot it if you want. Store up your silver pineapple berries for Mewtwo's return. Get some goldens and pineapples as well, so you can make sure you catch them. Try to get as many friendships leveled up to Lucky Friends as you can, to then trade these Armored Mewtwo. Plan a road trip, if you can, with a group of local friends. Travel over 100 kilometers away to a raid-dense area. Raid the heck out of Mewtwo. Maybe stay in a hotel or something, so you can get a few days out. And then when you come back, trade the distance Mewtwo for local Mewtwo, and you'll both get 3 candy. And finally, take a good look at the 15 raid passes that you get in the Ultra Box if you need more passes. Or if you're good on them, I'd kind of recommend holding out because we've had boxes with 24 raid passes in them before. But this is a medium-sized deal, I'd say. Personally, I love incubating eggs, so I've been buying the Adventure Box. But I'm out of coins. I'm good on raid passes, though. And the final tip is trade all of these Pokemon that you catch. There's a GoFest event going on right now with a lot of rares and increased shiny odds, so you might be able to find some good counters to Mewtwo out there in the wild, like high-level Larvitars that you could evolve into T-Tar, and then teach them the double dark moves. Maybe you'll get a Sneasel in the wild you can trade if it's got good IVs. You can make a Weavile with double dark moves, but you really want to stick to the Gengar with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball, or Lick and Shadow Ball, Giratina Origin form with double ghost moves. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If there's any updated information that comes out as to like the strength of Mewtwo, you can follow me on Twitter at Rubiksguy, and I'll probably change the description or post a pinned comment or something like the Trainer Club does on that new information. Check out my friend Billy, the Trainer Club, on YouTube. He does these videos a lot and a lot better than I do. I'm new to this whole like information announcement thing. I love you guys. I hope you maximize. Thanks for watching. Stock up on those Mewtwo's, save as many as you can, trade them daily with friends, try to get better stats, and Mewtwo is a freaking beast. Rubiksguy out. That's it. Good luck on Mewtwo.